If you're an indie author getting ready to publish a book, formatting might not be the most exciting part of the process, but it's one of the most important. So let's talk about why and how to do it right. First off, why does formatting matter? Mostly because if the book looks amateur, the reader's going to assume the writing is amateur as well. Clean formatting can help your story shine, and bad formatting can pull the reader right out of the story entirely. Let's begin by talking about formatting your physical books, and first we'll talk about fonts. Most people default for that to Times New Roman, but that's not necessarily the best pick. Serif fonts like Giorgio or Garamond are easier to read for long passages of text. Sans serif fonts like Arial or Helvetica can look clean on the page, but they can be harder to read for full chapters of text. Whatever you choose, make sure the size of the font is reasonable. Typically start with 11 or 12 point for body text and see how that fits and looks. You can go up or down from there, but you typically want to stay right around those values. Also, don't get fancy. Don't use 4 different fonts in your book unless there's a very story-specific reason to do that. And even then, try to work around that so you don't have to. If you want to highlight something in the text, use italics or spacing. Stay away from using novelty fonts. Next we have the margins, and spacing and paragraph indents. Consistency is what makes those things feel polished. Also, use your white space on the page generously. That allows the reader to breathe. And also, section breaks, subheadings, chapter headings. Use those. They help the reader navigate the story, not just read it. And that brings me to ebook navigation. Your book needs a clickable table of contents. Every chapter in the book should link from that table of contents, and it usually will go at the end of the ebook. You don't want to front-load the ebook with too much extra material that'll keep the reader from getting right into the story. And yes, it is worth the time to set up internal links, especially if you include bonus content like author's notes or appendices or bonus content. You want to make it as easy as possible for the readers to get where they want to go. And speaking of making things easier, a lot of authors don't think about accessibility, but we really should. Always use high contrast text. Don't put bright colored text on a white background or dark colored text on a black background. If your ebook includes images or photographs, try to include alt text for the images whenever possible so that screen readers can read that and describe the pictures to the reader. Even simple changes like that can make a huge difference for readers who have visual impairments. You don't have to be a designer to format your book well. You just have to care about the reading experience. And your readers will notice whether the formatting disappears and lets them fall into the story, or if it gets in the way. If you want me to talk about the specific tools that I use for my own formatting, let me know. I'll be happy to do a follow-up.